Doing a neck reset on this 70s D18 here. This is a pretty one. Sunburst. I love sunburst. And this is something that I really hate to see on guitars. Somebody else is working on this guitar. They did a neck reset on it and they cut the fingerboard right here at the 14th fret. And I don't understand why people do this, because the dovetail is under the 15th fret. So you're still not going to be able to get that dovetail off because this section right here is blocking the dovetail. So let me just draw on here, okay? I'll take that off. The dovetail looks like this, okay? I hope we can see that. Probably not, probably not enough light in here. Okay, the dovetail looks like this. It's underneath, it's in between the 14th and the 15th frets. So you're still gonna have to take the extension off to do this. If you gotta cut the fingerboard, and I have had to cut the fingerboard maybe twice in 600 neck resets. Both of them were on Gibson guitars. There might have been one Martin where I had to do that. Yeah, there was one Martin where I had to cut it. Anyway, another story. If you have to cut it at the 15th fret. And the reason is, well, there's two reasons. Number one, that's going to give you access to the dovetail pocket down here. But number two, when you put the neck back on, the fingerboard is going to be intact in this section right here. And you will have a mechanical leverage effect. So here's the body of the guitar. This is the fingerboard. And you will have this brace, this leverage brace right here, where it'll keep the neck from going up. When you cut it at the 14th fret, you lose that entirely. And so the fingerboard is right here, and there's nothing to support the neck right in here. The only thing that's supporting it is the dovetail itself, and you weaken the joint by at least 50% by taking this away. And so I don't understand why in the world people cut at the 14th fret right here. Maybe I've never talked to a person who did it. Yeah, you know, if I ever talk to him, it might be our last conversation, you know what I mean? Got that neck off, and I just wanted to show you one more time what the situation is now that you can see the heel of the neck. So here is where they cut it at the 14th fret, and then you can see that the heel is here. Your steam needle goes down right here, and you can see my marks right there with the steam needle. So the steam needle goes at the 15th fret, right there. So you have to have, if you cut it right here, this is still going to be in the way. You see, you're going to have to pull the entire extension off. Whereas if you had to cut this thing, if you cut it here, then you would be able to leave the extension on the guitar. This piece would come off, you would steam it through there, and then this little section right here would add as your brace, a very short brace. But it's a lot better than cutting it here, taking it off. The dovetail is exposed, and so cutting it at the 14th fret just makes absolutely no sense at all. If you have to cut it, and remember, I have cut a couple of them because I have had dovetails that were full of glue, or there was some situation where I could not figure out what was going on right here, and I had to look into that dovetail. Epoxy, I've had epoxy in these things. So there's been times when I've had to cut it in order to access the dovetail, and you cut it at the 15th fret, not the 14th. So, but anyway, there you can see the dovetail now, and you can see what I'm talking about, hopefully. And believe me, if you ever try to do this yourself and run across this, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, see ya.